the Lord of Lords, all this stuff, those are not names, those are titles. And it's even worse than that when you find out, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, where the word Lord comes from. And some of you are going to be very shocked that you've been calling your creator this name Lord for so long, and is written in so many of these detestable books called the Bibles. Now, as you can see here before you, this is every single time that the word Lord is in Scripture. I mean, it's columns and columns of this. Columns and columns, page after page, page after page. Like I say, almost 7,000 times. Almost 7. I'm still turning, and it's still Lord. 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 You don't believe me? Look at this. Lord. Look how many times Lord comes up. It just now stopped. Let me go back the other way. Lord. 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 And we're talking about front and back of these pages. Lord. 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 You see this? Yeah. Lord. And you see how small the print is? Lord. 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 I'm finally back to the very first page of all the times that Lord has been used. So now let me bring you down here. Lord. 3068. 3068, right? Okay, so let's look up the number. 3068 in the Hebrew. 3068. What does it read? Okay, here we go. $3068. Some of you are probably familiar with the Hebrew modern block lettering. Yod, He, Uah, He. That's what we get. YHUH. Yahuwah. Again, they pronounce it as Yehovah. Okay. And it says here, from 1961, the self-existent or eternal Jehovah, Jewish national name of God, Jehovah, the Lord. Now, let's look at these letters in Hebrew. I want you to see this. Every single person that understands Hebrew, when they call the tribe of Judah in Hebrew, they pronounce it as Yahudah. Every single one of them. They all know it. Even those fake people over there that call themselves Jewish, they say Judah. Okay? In the Hebrew, they say Yahudah. They all say it. So now let me show you Yahudah. 3063, right there. You see it? Yahudah. They say Yehudah. Okay? Which means celebrated. A descendant. One of the tribes of Israel, Judah. But now I want you to see the lettering. I want you to see something here, because you're going to see there's only one letter that is different between Yahuwah and Yahudah. You notice that they sound very similar. Here you have a Yod, you have a He, you have the Uah, you have a Dalet, and a He. 3068, you have a Yod, a He, a Uah, and a He. You don't see no D here. The only difference between the Father's name and those that are called by his name, which is Judah, Yahudah, is the letter D. If his name was Yahweh, then they would also be pronouncing Judah as Judway or Yahudway in Hebrew. But they don't pronounce his name or the tribe name as Yahudway. So why would you call the Father's name with the same lettering Yahweh? There is no way in Yahweh. It is Yahuwah. The same letters. The only difference is the letter D. The Dalet. And mind you, the letter D in Hebrew, pictographically, is a door. The letter D represents a door. Almost as if the Creator is telling us the way to pronounce his name is through this door. The name of Yahudah is the doorway to pronouncing his name. So beautiful. It's all there if you can see it, if you receive it. Or do you continue wanting to stay in traditions and want to keep calling him Yahweh? He is not Yahweh. His name is Yahuwah. Now, let me show you another one about why we should not be saying certain names like Jesus and Christ and Lord and God and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Is just terrible how many things that we have in our Babylonian English language that we need to start cleaning out of our mouth. Let me show you guys, especially Christians. This is what, there's a lot of my brothers and sisters that are here because we meet together on Shabbat on the same platform on TikTok. We just did it yesterday. And some of those that are here, some of the 400 and some are people that follow me, that subscribe to my channel. So they already know what I'm talking about. They're here to encourage you to come out of Christianity. So you'll see some of their writings or their comments, and they're saying, yes, come out of her, people, come out of her. Because we were all like you guys before. We know what you're struggling with. We know what's bothering you. We know what has you so lost and so confused. I get it. We get it. We get it. But again, the only way the veil is removed from our eyes is if the Creator removes it from you. We all need to be taught by him. Without his guidance, by his Ruach, which is his spirit, you ain't going to see this. You will never be able to understand this. This is why some people get the truth and some people don't. This is why he says many have been called. He didn't say all were called. He didn't say the whole world was called. He said many have been called. But out of that few, out of the many, only a few have been chosen. The same thing as he says, many know the way that's going to lead to death. That road is wide, but few find the narrow gate. The same many and the few. It's the same group. Many shall say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, haven't we prophesied in your name and cast out demons in your name and done all these mighty miracles? Same group. Many. And let me take you to Exodus chapter 23. Some of you guys right now, I know your wig's been blown back. I get it. I've been there. And this is why we're trying to share this with you all, so that you too can understand and come out of this and know that you're truly free. Whom the Son has set free is truly free indeed. You're no longer caught up into the traditions and the customs of men. You are now one of his. You have been freed because the Son has opened your eyes to the truth. Yes, Larry, many just don't care. It's so true, and it's sad because Yah already knows their heart. He knows their heart, even though they're saying, oh, he knows my heart. Yes, he does. And he don't know you. He doesn't know you because you've never known him. Exodus chapter 23. Notice what it says here in verse 13. And again, the Old Testament hasn't been done away with, so we need to adhere to what it says in the Old Testament. We are not New Testament church Christian saints. That is hogwash from Christianity. Verse 13. It says there, and in all that I have said to you, take heed and make no mention of the name of other mighty ones. Let it not be heard from your mouth. Notice that. Let me show you what it says in the New King James Version so you can see what is actually being told to you there, because you may not know what a mighty one is. And you have to see it for your own selves in our Babylonian language. So let me show you. Notice what it says here where I have it, this red asterisk. And in all that I have said to you, be circumspect. That means also to say, take this heed, take this warning, and make no mention of the name of other gods. Well, that in itself is a misnomer, because we're not even supposed to say that. So to use that in the same sentence makes no sense when you know what the sentence is actually saying. Let it not be heard from your mouth. This is why you see me over here spelling it out, not wanting to say it. But again, because I'm speaking to you all, who YAH says to go and find my lost sheep. Speak to them for me. Speak to them. I will put my words in your mouth so you can speak to them.